All right. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good whatever it is where you are at. So, I am just playing around, pushing the Mac Mini M1 to its limits again. I had to get rid of a lot of things out of Ecamm because one, I'm also watching YouTube and watching other people on YouTube. Plus, I'm running about 7 cameras and I had way too much stuff going on. So I was literally hitting like 95 to 100% of the CPU on this M1. So trying to narrow it down a little bit. Looks like we're between 70 and 80%. But yeah, so 1 camera, 2 cameras, 3 cameras, 4 cameras, and the network is starting to go crazy. Maybe because I'm switching scenes too quickly. That was 4. This is 5, 6. Now this one's interesting. The Insta360 allows you to utilize both sides if you want, and my network is starting to cry again. And then the iPhone. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Gonna leave it here for a second because the network is going crazy. And just to give you an idea of what I am talking about, and I thought I had this on my Stream Deck. I don't see it. So I'm going to do demo mode here. If I remember where it is. Here it is. So what I'm talking about is here in Ecamm, I have the bandwidth statistics going here. And when this thing starts going crazy, I kind of take a step back. So let's see if I could show you what I'm talking about. So I'm going to switch back to the Canon, the Osbot, the Logi Pro C922, the Zoom. Wait, that's not even the Zoom camera. What's going on here? That's the wrong camera. Let me correct this. I need to fix this because that is not the right camera. Something's going on here. Hold on. Yeah, it says Mevo here, but I have it listed as the Q2U. What did I do here? No. Okay, so Canon, Osbot, Logitech. This is the Q 4K. E's the Mevo. Huh. What did I do here? I'm telling you, I just play too much and I start forgetting what I'm doing. Maybe I just got the wrong name. No, because it says here. Hmm. What did I do here? I got them backwards. This is the Q. Huh. So let me change this to E. I'm confusing myself here. I'm going to change this one to D. And that should at least correct that. But I believe my Stream Deck buttons might be messed up. All right, that's the Logi. No, we're good. We're good. And leave it to this to not start screaming and going crazy when I'm trying to show you. But you can see right here in the corner, it starts blinking green. This thing started filling up all the way over here, turning red and everything, and that's when you start having a problem. So I like to keep an eye on this stuff when I'm playing around. But yeah, you can kind of see I'm watching YouTube. I'm streaming and watching YouTube. This is not recommended, people. I'm just saying. Plus, I have a lot of network devices going on. So like the Osbot, this is not even wired into the computer. This is on NDI. Then we have the Mevo. back there, which is also on NDI. And what else do we have that's on NDI? The phone is on NDI. So, all right, they just finished their stream. See if I could find somebody else to watch. If not, I could probably just focus on my channel. But this is a typical Sunday for me. Just like to play around. Recorded a couple of videos. I don't know if I'm actually going to post them or not. I just record things, then I think about it afterwards. If I want to bother uploading that particular stuff or not, is it going to be useful to anybody? But this is just me playing around. So, and then I was the videos that I just did was readopting these devices. So this right here is an access point. It's a unified light something something. And then this one is another access point. They're actually both wireless. So you see this wire, that's just to provide power because I don't have a PoE switch in the room. But both of these are wireless, meshed into the network. And having so many in one room, it's not a good idea. But I was just resetting them and playing around. I'm going to probably take both of these to the Philippines when I go again in February because I like to have plenty of access points. But I made 2 videos this morning. Well, it's still the morning. I made 2 videos earlier today, kind of just showing me adopting those into the network that's here in the office. But then I start thinking, who's really interested in seeing that? I like playing with network stuff. I don't know. Maybe I'll post them. I'll have to think about it. But yeah, normally I just hang out in this room or one of the other rooms and just go on the computer and watch other people's channels. Then start thinking, I haven't posted anything recently, or I haven't uploaded something recently. I don't do lives almost at all. Let me get out of demo mode here. And I started thinking maybe I should just do lives, even if I'm just chilling and chit chatting. And anyone jumps in and has any questions, maybe I could just help them or answer a question. Again, I prefer it to keep topics more basic. Don't want to get deep into anything with networking or streaming or cameras or anything, but sometimes it just happens. You start talking about certain things and then you start saying things that other people are not familiar with. But, anything to deal with streaming, networking, cameras I already have. Speaking of cameras, I just showed you guys 7. And I've had people like, how many cameras do you have? Well, I showed you 7, but this one right here is going to make 8. This is another Osbot. This is the Osbot Meet 4K. And I mean, it's tiny. So this is another camera I like. You guys saw the Mevo. Let me bring up the Mevo. So the behind the scenes camera, that's my Mevo Start. I actually have 3. So that's 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, I'm not going to count the phone. So that's 9. I'm not going to count the phone as a camera. So that's 9. Then I got the Canon. It's not that big either. Got the Canon V10 PowerShot. Canon PowerShot V10. Got it on a little stand for right now. I haven't used it in a while, but I dug it up just for this video. And then right now, what you're seeing is the Canon M50 Mark II. This is actually an updated model to the original Canon M50. So I'm going to zoom in. There we go. But the Mark II is actually better for streaming. It has the clean HDMI and everything. This one doesn't, but because of Ecamm and being able to use the USB cable, you could get rid of everything on the display, and I could use this as another camera uh, in the stream. So I already lost count. 7, 8, 9. No, wait. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that's 11 cameras that I have, all different makes, models, web cameras, USB, NDI, capture card setups. There's a whole bunch, and some that are not mine, but I have possession of. Um, I forgot 100% where this came from. So this has a USB C that you can wrap up on the bottom. So I could plug this into my computer and use it too, but I think I'm pushing it with the 6 or 7 that I have already. But this is a conference camera. You could connect this and use this as well. Um, and this might work pretty good because if you're using the microphone speaker that's all built in, you could hear this in the room. You don't need to probably have the headphones, and you don't have to worry about the slap back and all that stuff. And there's another one around here somewhere that's a Logitech conference camera. Um, I've used Yealink conference bars because they have an adapter that you could take control of the camera, microphone, and everything. Uh, Probably gonna see if I could get one of those. Should I take one of those to the Philippines? I really want to get. Where's the Ozbot? I really like this one. Let me open up the software. I don't think my computer's gonna crash. I really like this one, and I'm thinking about getting 2 more. I think 3 is a good number for uh, any kind of event that I might help with, because this is not only capable with like NDI, but the fact that it is a PTZ. That's the word I'm looking for. It's a PTZ camera. And with the new software, it looks like they set it up to where you could control multiple. But I mean, just hitting a button, it should move. There we go. So I have it programmed for 3 different presets. And I think I finished my coffee. Yeah. I got my mixer and all that stuff here. But I really do like this camera. And I didn't realize that you could control it through the software with the presets and everything. I was trying to use the phone. Um, I mean, the only camera I'm not that, I guess, impressed with to try to use it as a web camera is the Insta360. And let me bring that one up. So I was hoping to be able to bring it in 365 mode and see what I could do with it. But you either have both lenses or a single lens. So I'm going to switch it now to a single lens. I don't know if that's going to be the front or back. That's the front. So it's kind of fisheye looking and everything. And even with streaming, um, it's only cell data. Now I'll have to double check with the Mevo and with the Ozbot and the other one. Maybe they all only use cell data for streaming when you're using the app, because you have to use your phone. But that might be my next test, to just make sure this is just not common with all of them, where you have to use your phone connected to the camera to live stream directly from the camera, but then it's using the cellular data. And I would prefer to still be on a Wi-Fi, especially if I'm indoors. I understand at least with the 360, it's, I guess, considered an action camera. You're going to be outside with it, but I still would prefer options, multiple options. I mean, if the Insta 360, and again, I don't know if it's possible or not. I'm just shooting stuff out there. If we were able to utilize it, let's say on NDI, and actually utilize the 360 functionality somehow, I don't know. My thought on it is I'm probably going to try to use it to stream to one YouTube channel and just screen capture it and see how that goes. Um, maybe just screen capture the phone's image, but I think that ends up putting it in vertical. I mean, there's so many different things to use and play with when it comes to any of these cameras. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cycle through. And I'm going to probably start getting rid of the names because they're a little intrusive. Not intrusive. I mean, they're bugging. I already showed what all the names are, so you guys have an idea of what camera's what. This is a Logitech C922 Pro. It's just a web camera connected straight to either my docking station or my Mac. Then this one I'm not a fan of. It's got a good microphone on it, but I'm not a fan of this one. It's the Zoom QAN 4K. Really don't use this one. I mean, it stays here on my desk. If I plug it in, I plug it in. Big fan of the Mevos. Didn't seem like they were handling the 3-day event in the Philippines too well. They started glitching out a little bit, and they were acting a little weird. So I might just invest in multiple Osbots, tail errors, and we'll see how they go. The prices are not that much different between them, in my opinion. Then we got the Insta. Get rid of that name. Then the iPhone 12, which I'm just using a app on NDI, but I think I'm pushing the network a bit because it seems a little choppy to me. But that's fine. I'm back to the Canon. So yeah, just BSing, chilling. It is Sunday, June 23rd, 10 a.m. Any excuse not to clean the house or actually do any work. I think I did find someone that's online. Let me refresh. YouTube doesn't seem to update very quickly. Yeah, it looks like they're still online. Take a look. Let's see what is up. Got a notification. Take a look. But yeah, I'm just going to hang out for a little bit. If anyone has any comments, questions, again, basic networking, basic, information about some of the things that I feel no one really talks about when it comes to streaming, like, upload speeds and internet and networks and, you know, some basics of, Wi-Fi. One of the things I hear a lot that I get confused with, but then I realize, it's not everyone gets into even the basics of networking is when people think Wi-Fi is internet. Wi-Fi is not internet. You could actually utilize Wi-Fi without internet. Wi-Fi is just a way of devices to connect to your local network. So even without internet itself, which is communicating from your location outside, like when you do your Google searches and like me, you watch YouTube and all that stuff, you're going outside your network. You're going outside your land, your local area network. And, a lot of times people would think of internet as Wi-Fi. Cellular is different. Cellular internet is your internet on your phone when you're outdoors, whether it's 3G if you still have that around, 4G, 5G, and in the house when you just have a connection from, let's say, like my cell phone to the network, it's on Wi-Fi. That's just a connection. That's how it's connected. It's not internet. Internet is totally different. Internet is how your network communicates outside of your house. So I mean, I've had people tell me, I connect to the Wi-Fi, but I can't go online. Well, yeah, that's because you have internet issues, whether it's down, whether you have Comcast and they're working in the neighborhood. That's not Wi-Fi. So that's one thing that I notice is kind of confusing. Um, Upload speed. Most people don't even know about upload speed. You could ask a bunch of people and they're gonna be like, oh, you need 30 meg upload, 40 meg upload, you need fiber, you need, 100 megs to stream. uh, 10 is enough depending on your settings. The higher your bandwidth or like your camera settings, you don't want to do like 4K 30 with 10 meg. I did a video, it did work, but you got to balance all that stuff out. So, upload speed is important. How many people are on your network? That's another thing I've noticed a lot of people do. They'll have three, four, five people on the network. Sometimes they're all streaming, live to YouTube, and that's putting a load on your network. You got to remember, what's an analogy I think I used before? Think of it like a bottle of water. If you're the only person that's going to drink that bottle of water, you have that entire bottle of water for yourself. If you're going to share that bottle of water with four or five other people, you're not getting as much water. Internet is similar to that. The more devices, it's not just people, the more devices that are connected to your network, then you're sharing all that. The less that's going to be available for you. And if you already have a small amount of internet, bandwidth coming into your location, you sharing that out, it's going to cause problems. I had someone post a question in a Facebook group that I'm in where they said, I'm having problems streaming, but my internet's fine because I could watch Netflix. No. One, Netflix is download, not upload. And two, you only need what, maybe 3 meg to download, and watch Netflix. Maybe not even 3 megs. And when they did a speed test, I think they had like 7 megs down and point like 6 something, not even 1 meg upload. And yeah, that's not going to work. And I think they ended up getting a new internet package, and they were fine after that. So you have to be careful. Uh, it's one of the reasons why I find the Philippines interesting too, because it's a very challenging location for internet and dealing with Wi-Fi with the cement or concrete walls, making signals very weak. I mean, they don't penetrate concrete very well, from what I noticed when I was in the Philippines. And I think a lot of locations or a lot of internet companies there are probably using cellular internet, kind of like when I did the T-Mobile 5G and I had issues 'cause it's just not that great in my neighborhood. If you're dealing with cellular internet and the weather's going bad, same thing with satellite. The weather's going bad, it's raining a lot of clouds, a lot of, interference. that's going to affect everything. And a lot of this stuff is out of your control, but understanding that is what's important. And I mean, when I go back out to the Philippines, I'm probably going to pay more attention to that and hopefully could find information from a few people. I know there's a lot of companies out there besides Globe and Smart, and I'm just curious about that and how all that works. And I hear there's a lot of areas where they don't have good internet or any internet, and they could only use cellular, and the signal's bad, and it just makes me curious. I started doing a little bit digging. I love Unified Equipment and never paid attention to some of their other equipment that Ubiquity has. But apparently, Ubiquity has a whole section that's, I guess, tailored to internet service providers in some way, like wireless internet service providers. And that just piqued my interest again. So now I want to try to learn as much as I can about this wireless internet service provider setup and how that works, because I never thought of an individual person trying to be a wireless internet service provider. But there's a lot of videos out there, not in detailed about that setup and how it all works, but there's more videos out there than I thought of people talking about how they run their own internet service business. And I find it interesting. I saw this one video where the guy was setting it up in like camp areas, like for RV parks. And I guess he would charge people for internet, and he would set something up, I guess, in the RV, or give them a couple pieces of equipment that he set up in the RV. And he would have these different kind of access points. I don't even know if they call them access points, but like building to building bridges and all this other type of equipment that's designed for long range. uh 60 gigahertz, I think, was the wave or band. And it's interesting. And then I start thinking, what would stop someone in the Philippines, more in the, I guess, the province areas might be the target area. Some other islands like Sikihor or something like that. I've noticed people have issues with their internet when I watch their streams. So I'm kind of curious if something like that, a wireless internet service provider equipment, would be something that could be used. And how would you work that out? Because you have to have internet in order to provide internet for other people. So that has to be something that you have to have some kind of agreement, I would think, with whatever company you're using. And I mean, it's a whole big thing. Plus, there's Speedify that my understanding is they're going to be coming out with a router. So I'm going to be curious on that setup. I'm going to want to test that. Uh, I think the company's name is Stella or something like that. They're in the UK. They're coming out with a mobile router. I believe it's already available in the UK, where it's got like multiple SIM cards. You could connect Starlink to it. You could connect, cable to it. Probably even a fiber connection. Maybe not. I don't know. And it's supposed to do, like, I believe, bonding and everything. So I mean, that is very interesting. I prefer hardware over software personally. So if I could get my hands on a hardware device, whether it's only a modem, I would prefer, because I like to use my own routers, or if it's a full blown like router with, wireless and everything built in. The fact that it can use multiple networks, multiple internet service providers, it could bond it and do all that stuff. To me, that's huge. So we'll see when that stuff actually starts coming out. What's going on, Hank? What is up? I'm just chilling on a Sunday morning just to see what happens, what goes on. I should probably bring this down a little bit. I don't get to do lives much, or at least I don't do lives much. So figure I'd just throw it out there once in a while. Sunday might be a good day to just chill, have some coffee, and see what happens. But yeah, I just been playing around with stuff. Had some access points. I had a factory reset and reconfigure. I am not gonna make it to camp this year. I got hit with some expenses. Uh, you know, had some guy ram my car. Had to fix the car. Ended up buying another car. Money is so funny right now. Plus, I was hoping to make it back to the Philippines in February. There's no way I could do that much. Might not even be able to do the Philippines the way things are going right now. But it's life, bro. I mean, just take it one day at a time. Still have most of my health and everything else, so I can't complain too much. But yeah, I saw when they started talking about it, and I thought about it, and it's like I'm like, you know what? I need to pay off the Philippines trip that I just came back from in Philippines, in February. Then again, the car accident just blew up my whole plans for like the whole year. Oh, I heard they sold out already too, so that's gonna be cool. I mean, if things start looking up, probably shouldn't say this on camera, but if things start looking up, I mean, I might just drive out there, not really be involved with the camp, but I might just drive out there and just stay in one of the hotels that everyone else is in. Maybe try to interview a few people. I'll still be able to hang out, but I won't be involved with the actual like camp itself. That might be a possibility, but I still have to see how things are going in the next couple months. But yeah, I'm just here playing around, and I connected a bunch of cameras. So this is my Canon. It's my Osbot. I really like this camera. I got my web camera, the Logitech C922. Not a fan of this one, but I still play with it. That's the a Zoom Q8N 4K. One of three of my Mevo starts, and you could actually see it's a little grainy, but you can actually see little network stuff that I was playing with. The Insta360. I mean, this is a nice camera to record outdoors in 360. I tried going live with this one in 360, but it's hard with the phone and start dropping signal, and then the live stops. I've been having a lot of issues trying to go live with this one because it's just the phone and the camera. Then I just popped my phone in here, which you could really get a good look at the access point now with the phone. So just chilling. Probably gonna cut it off in a minute. That way I could try to get something done today. I'm avoiding actually doing anything. 'Cause probably end up having to, I don't know, wash dishes, clean the house, do laundry. It is Sunday morning, so I think I'm out of coffee. So I might make more coffee. Want to be a guest on your podcast? I mean, shoot me an email if you don't. I mean, I think I think we're on Facebook. If you want to shoot me a message, give me an idea of what you want to talk about and stuff. I mean, could probably do that. I do have the 9 to 5, so I'm normally busy. I don't know when you do your podcast. I don't know if you record it or do it live, but work has been crazy since I've been back from the Philippines. But I'm normally good if you do stuff on the weekends. If anything, hit me up on Messenger. I'm pretty sure we're following each other on Facebook. But yeah, and anything I guess about basic networking, Ecamm, we all use it. That Zoom integration, I gotta start playing with that Zoom integration, man. That just sounds cool as hell. Uh, Let me see here. My podcasts are always in the evening or Sunday after. Oh, okay. So you don't miss Game of Thrones. Hey, did they start the new season? I am so out of touch. I thought I heard something about they're starting the new season of the spinoff or like the prequel. Uh, I can't even remember the names, man. Spent too much time lately just watching YouTube and anime. I got that Crunchyroll subscription, man, that eats up a lot of my life. But yeah, evenings, afternoon on Sunday, yeah, that shouldn't be a problem, man. Like I said, hit me up, give me an idea of what kind of topic you want to talk about. If you have any questions, uh, got no problem, man. Should be interesting. I've never been on a podcast before, so I think the only thing I've done so far is been on a couple people's channels, and Lala, we try to do a monthly, but sometimes she gets real busy and I don't get a chance to hit her up and do our collab. First episode was last week. It's so is this new? I thought you had a podcast or your first episode. Oh, you're talking about the Game of Thrones. First episode was last week. Oh, see, now I got to catch up. I was gonna say, I thought for a second I thought you meant your podcast. I was gonna say I thought you were doing a podcast for a while. See, I lose track. I I I I also have Amazon Prime, so I know the boys are on their what fourth season. I think I heard it's their last season, and there are a few episodes in. I think I only saw one, so yeah, I'm very behind on shows. So I might have to just start watching that today. I should have time. Catch up on the boys. Catch up on Game of Thrones and a few other shows that I just lost track of. Uh, what was that other one? I just finished watching not that long ago. It's a video game with Master Chief. God, I'm so bad with names. Halo. Yeah, I think I just finished watching the second season of Halo not that long ago. I'm so bad at keeping up with stuff. So yeah, I was thinking about what to do, and I did a couple of videos. I haven't posted them yet, but it's like topic wise. I know some people say maybe go back to like the oldest stuff you did and redo it, like update it. I might look into that because there's no way I could keep doing unboxings and talk about any kind of new tech. That's the budget's gone. That ain't happening. But yeah, the more and more I spend time on YouTube, especially watching the lives, the more I start noticing your your internet is bad. You might want to work on that. And one of the things I used to do a lot that I noticed a lot of people doing is, and this is what I like about Speedify. If you're using Speedify on your phone, you could connect it to your Wi-Fi and your cell data, use it both together. But if you walk away from your house and you're connected to Wi-Fi, you normally drop and then hopefully you reconnect. But if you're using something like Speedify, you shouldn't even drop because it's just gonna keep going, whether you're walking away from the house or not. But I see a lot of people on their phones and they're connected to Wi-Fi, and then they decide to go outside, and then next thing you know, it either drops or it's frozen, and then they come back, and it's like, oh, internet's bad or something. Like, no, you just switched from Wi-Fi to cell data. You switched networks in the middle of a stream. I've done it multiple times, so just seeing it and understanding what's happening just makes me giggle a little. But yeah, it is. It is what it is. So, but yeah, I should probably get my day started. Uh, there's a few things I could be doing. I'm just trying to avoid it. uh, I mean, if it was a little bit later, I'll probably just jump in the car and grab some lunch or something. But it's too early for lunch. Plus, I have food downstairs. I'll figure something out. All right, so that's gonna be it for today. Uh, Maybe I'll schedule something like on a weekly basis. I got to pick a. I, Sunday's really the only day that's gonna work. I just got to pick a time that I think is gonna work out. I'll play with the thought, and I might just do a weekly live. Eventually, might get some people to come in, and we could talk certain, just a regular Q&A. You know, just chill for about an hour or so. I'll figure it out. I mean, the channel's still newish. I think I'm just starting my third year, and I really don't do too much on it, but I should be a little bit more consistent. So we'll see, and hopefully things will work out. I can make it back to the Philippines. I could, like I said, I might just show up at camp. I won't be involved with it, but I might be in the hotel, might hang out a little bit, before everyone heads out. When people come back, probably practice doing interviews. I want to get that new mic though. Was it the Rode Interview Mic Pro or something like that? But we'll see. All right, that's gonna be it for today. Do I have a finish button or do I have to do it the old way? No, I got a finish button. All right, take care. Have a good one. Check you out next time. This might be a weekly thing, so eventually it'll probably grow a little bit, get a few people in here. But you never know if you don't try. So gotta start somewhere. I'll figure out a schedule, and I'll probably post, you know, that I'm going to be going live with a few days' notice, and not like 15 minutes. But appreciate the hangout, Hank. And like I said, message me. We could work something out with your schedule and my schedule, and we'll make it work. All right, later's.